Civilization or Barbarism, an Authentic Anthropology by Dr. Cheikh Anta. According to Jamblichus, his own biographer, Pythagoras acquired in Egypt the science for which he is generally considered to be a scholar. We have seen earlier that the Egyptians invented the sidereal and the civil calendars, and that they divided the year into 365 days, having 3 seasons of 4 months each, and this from proto history onward in 4236 BCE, that is, 3,600 years before the birth of Thales, and 2,800 years before the emergence of the Greek people in history. Yet, Diogenes Laertius writes, "It is said that he, Thales, discovered the seasons of the year and divided it into 365 days. Opposite, page 53. Here we see the methods of the Greek plagiarists at work. And Diogenes Laertius continues, "He, Thales, did not take any lessons from any master except in Egypt, where he frequently kept company with the country's priests." Hieronymus says that he measured the pyramids by calculating the ratio between their shadow and that of our body. This is the origin of the legend that attributes to Thales, who did not leave even one written line to posterity except a few hypothetical letters, in one of which he said to Pherecydes that he does not write, that he is not in the habit of writing. The theorem that bears his name, and that is illustrated by the figure of problem 53 of the Rhine Papyrus, 1300 years before the birth of Thales, figure 44. Thus, one must imagine the inferior intellectual and moral figure that a Greek could make of himself in Egypt during Thales' epoch, around 650 BCE, in order to see the picture of Thales, supposedly taking scientific measurements at the foot of the Great Pyramid. It is truly the epitome of ludicrous. The Egyptian priests themselves had the habit of reminding the Greek scholars that it was in Egypt that they had learned the sciences that made them famous in their own country. It is all these facts that Western ideologists either innocently or cynically falsify today, when they dogmatically decree that pharaonic science was merely empirical, and that it was Greece that introduced theory. If Thales, Pythagoras, Democritus, Plato, Eudoxus, Strabo, Diodorus, Euclides, Eratosthenes, Archimedes, Clement of Alexandria, Heron of Alexandria, Diophantus, Hippocrates, Galen, if any of these Greek scholars, all contemporaries of the ancient Egyptians, had dared to make such an affirmation, it would have had enormous weight, and yet they did not lack pride. Such an attitude was, however, inconceivable for all the reasons mentioned above. Only the modern Westerners, with the passing of time, dare display such contempt for the facts, going so far as to deny the existence of an Egyptian astronomy for ideological reasons. And we'll pause right here and continue back with the final and last chapter. of civilization or barbarism. I'm Uriel. Highest heart.